Hi, I'm Krishna Donovan, and welcome to Top Results Coaching. Today we're going to talk about the truth and science behind procrastination. So how to stop procrastinating? Well, I think it's normal to procrastinate to some degree. I think it really becomes a problem though when it impedes your normal functioning and stops you from achieving. Procrastination is one of the main reasons people are not as productive, and we've all experienced it at some point or the other. So my question is, why do we procrastinate if we know that it's not helping us? You see, procrastination is an avoidance behavior. It's symbolic of an internal war raging inside of you. I'm sure that must sound familiar. The most extreme cases of procrastination, however, can cause one to feel anxiety, strong feelings of guilt, perhaps even depression. This could lead to feeling stressed, inadequate, and perhaps even feelings of self-disgust. So how do we stop procrastinating then if all of these emotions are experienced and are really, really negative? The first step is awareness. You need to identify why you are procrastinating so you're able to deal with it appropriately. The key is to discover the root cause of your procrastination so you can correct it and focus on ways to overcome it. You see, most procrastination is commonly rooted in the following issues we're going to look at. So let's start by looking at the science behind procrastination. So you've got two parts of your mind which are constantly battling when you feel like you're procrastinating. You've got your prefrontal cortex. This is just behind your forehead. See, your cortex is really, really good at planning ahead. This is the newer and the weaker portion of your brain, and it allows you to integrate information and make decisions. The unfortunate thing is not an automatic. You must kick it into gear. When you say to yourself, I will complete this assignment, you're pushing yourself. This is what we have that sets us apart actually from all other species, because we are not just controlled by stimulus. However, your prefrontal cortex does get really tired easily, and it's supposed to be the part that says, I really need to get the work done, but it's not an automatic and it gets tired, so you need to push it. Got your limbic system. Your limbic system, this is more powerful. This is the side that is directly connected to your pleasure senses. It wants to give you immediate satisfaction. It is seriously and easily distracted. It's the part that says, I should check my email, just take a nap, 5 more minutes, I'll do it tomorrow. It only cares that you get your immediate satisfaction. See, the problem is that although the prefrontal cortex can see the advantages of what you're avoiding, your limbic system just wants to check the emails, eat the cookies, the task off for another 5 minutes. And unfortunately, as we mentioned before, your prefrontal cortex gets worn out easily, gets tired, and gives into your limbic system's urges. When you go with what your limbic system wants, that's procrastination. And then the moment you're not constantly engaged in a task, your limbic system can also take over. You give into what feels good and you procrastinate. So what can you do about it? Well, we know that the limbic system gets more powerful when temptation is close. So take the temptation as far away as you can, turn off the internet, shut the food away, and get working. Each temptation is different, but whatever you do, just try to reduce the tangibility of those. And this will inhibit your limbic system. Trust me, it will get easier. You'll have a better time working and you won't feel so guilty later on. So let's look at some of the other reasons that we procrastinate. The first one, being told what to do. A lot of us don't like being told what to do. So you might find that you actually put off, you delay, and you procrastinate doing those specific tasks you have been told. When some people feel that their independence or autonomy is taken away from them, they rebel. Being told what to do can also make you feel the same way as when you're a child. I'm sure you felt powerless at times. If you had a negative experience, perhaps, you were told what to do by authority figures, you could rebel and subconsciously procrastinate with that task. Then we've got self-sabotage. So many people know that performing a task and introducing some specific changes into their lives will benefit them, but they still keep on finding every reason under the sun not to do it. This is self-sabotage. Maybe you are less successful, less healthy, or even less wealthy than you should objectively be. This could be because you are self-sabotaging your success. Normally you don't even realize it. See, sometimes we fear being successful. We fear standing in our own light, or how our lives will change if we succeed. Maybe you want to write a book, but you're scared of the success, what it will bring, what that comes with writing that book. So you procrastinate and you put off starting that book. You tend to use a lot of modal verbs. I should do this, I need to do that. Try to identify what your actual fear about doing the task is. Ask yourself some questions like, what am I not ready for? What am I not owning up to? What am I afraid will happen if I progress? Then we've got fear of failure. This could be thought of as one of the main reasons we procrastinate. See, if you have a given task and you don't feel confident in your ability to do it, or you're afraid of something, isn't it natural to want to put it off and delay it until you feel confident? The only solution for this is to work out and discover exactly what it is you fear. Once you've discovered what you fear, ask yourself, what's the worst thing that can happen? And write everything that you can think of. Then ask yourself the opposite. What's the best that can happen? Also, again, write all of these down and compare both the lists. 90% of the time, the advantages by far outweigh the worst case scenario. Now you can realize that you are holding yourself back, and it is only because of your perspective of the situation which you can control. Change your perspective and conquer your fears. What about I just don't feel like doing it? You have lack of interest in the task. See, lack of motivation is a common reason as well for not wanting to do a certain task. Most of the people who experience this type of procrastination feel that there is something wrong with them because they just don't feel like doing the task. And this is not true at all. When you are not motivated, it is normal to have less energy to feel like doing a task. Sometimes you just have to start the task first and the motivation will come afterwards. More often than not, starting the task will give you the motivation to keep going. If you don't feel motivated at all, you need to find the value in what you're doing and motivate yourself. Remind yourself of why you're doing the task. That's the benefits of it. You will have found the reason. Low self-confidence. If you feel that you lack self-confidence or you are feeling insecure about your ability to complete the task, you'll most likely put it off to avoid feeling stupid. Because you lack a sense of certainty that comes from being confident. If you're not confident with the lack of knowledge, for example, if you don't know what the next step is, what is the outcome that you want? How are you going to do this? You're overwhelmed because you have no idea where to start or how to move forward. You could be a perfectionist. Do you find that nothing seems acceptable to you? That what you can do is never good enough? The paralysis that results from excessively high standards normally causes you to wait until it's too late, and then you rush to do something, anything. Manipulation. This is a common characteristic of an insecure coworker or manager. They can't start without me. This project is nothing without my talent. Thinking like this, using your procrastination to manipulate your colleagues and coworkers. What about coping with pressure? Procrastination may be a coping skill. To deal with feeling overwhelmed. You may delay performing the task until you have the mental stability, or you wait until the very last minute to start, so it may be you're coping with too much. Feeling like a victim. Thinking that it's a trait you were born with, not understanding why others get the work done but you don't. Then you write it off to a mystery you can't solve. Feeling like a victim is never going to put you in a place to take responsibility for yourself. Thrill seekers. These are the people who wait until the last minute to complete the task to get a rush. They believe that they work better under pressure, which is just a belief. Once again, it has to be challenged. So let's see, moving forward. See, we always have a choice in life. So what is your choice? Will you choose to begin reducing procrastinating in your life? Will you continue to let procrastination hold you back from reaching your true potential? What actually has to happen next for you to stop letting procrastination be your excuse? Change is in your hands. Here are some ideas that you could use. Once you realize that you actually have the ability to be in control, then you must start committing to making the changes. You could commit to working on a task for a very short amount of time. If you're not in the mindset to really get into the task, just start. Give yourself 10, 15 minutes. Just get it going. It doesn't have to be right. Put your results ahead of comfort. Whatever comfort is for you, remind yourself, put structures in place that allow you to keep yourself focused. Break the task down. Don't try to make one of your tasks the outcome. For example, writing a newsletter for the month. That is not a task. Your task would be, what is the content of the newsletter? What is the design going to be like? What is the layout going to be like, etc.? Those are separate tasks. To break the tasks down into smaller tasks. Increase your motivation. If you're not motivated to do something, if you don't find a reason why you're doing something, motivate yourself. Look for the reason. Do what you need to do to be inspired. The most dreaded part, work out what it is and do the worst thing first. You're likely it'll make the rest of the day seem much easier, and at least the worst is done. Get an accountability partner. Partner with somebody to support you in your success, to hold you accountable, and to help you move forward. Remove distraction. Closing your emails when you're working. Switching off your mobile. Also, limit your interruptions. Tell people not to bother you. Schedule a time to do it, or at least half of it. You need to schedule time to do things. Otherwise, it just makes it easier to procrastinate. So you need to put in a plan. Plan your day. Work from your to-do list. Look at the things you need to do. Prioritize what is important for this day and plan it. Put in the time you're going to do it. Focus on getting it done. Don't commit to doing things that you don't want to do. When you commit to doing things you don't want to do, it makes it so much harder to do them and more likely that you're going to procrastinate. Pick a good time to do the tasks. When your energy is at its highest, do tasks that require most of your energy and less demanding tasks when you're not feeling so energetic. So, steps to change. First, you must admit that you're procrastinating. You have to be aware. Then you must identify why. Why are you procrastinating? What is the reason behind this? Then you take the necessary steps to overcome it and learn the different ways, learn strategies, tools, techniques to support you in this. Develop the mental discipline. You need to also have the right mindset to make these changes. Remember that 80% of the reason that people don't achieve their goals is internal and not external. Having the right mindset is fundamental for success. Your attitude and your action equals change. So tell me, do you need support reaching your goals? Maybe you need someone to hold you accountable to success, someone to point at your blind spots and guide you to changing your limiting behavior. Contact me at Top Results Coaching for a free 30-minute session to see if we're a match. If you're feeling tired of being disorganized, unproductive, not accomplishing goals or having enough time, let me show you how to triple your productivity and accomplish more in less time with productivity coaching, saving you time and money. Thank you. Bye. All right, so what are some questions you can ask yourself? Is this recent or recurring? Is my procrastination something that happens often? Or is it something that's been more recent? This will help you also to identify the underlying reason. What is the root cause? Go through all the points above we went through, observe what you do, and determine the underlying cause. What's going to help you not to hesitate? If you know you procrastinate with certain tasks, what's going to help you in the future to move forward in that moment of procrastination? You need a strategy. Results before comfort. Are you prepared to put results before comfort? Are you prepared to do something that you don't want to do? You need to create that mindset.